The hidden grass village gates, nestled deep within the forest, stood as a secretive threshold to the outside world. The air was cool and damp, the sky still a deep shade of blue as the first hints of dawn crept along the horizon. Zabuza, Haku, and the remnants of the Kaguya clan waited in silence. The Kaguya warriors were scattered in the background, some leaning against trees, others sitting cross-legged on the ground. Shinichi, Zabuza's second in command, chewed lazily on a blade of grass, his demeanor as sharp as his bone-crafted weapons. Kimimaro stood beside him, his green eyes calm and observant as always. Despite his youth, he carried himself with the poise of a seasoned shinobi. His gentle nature stood in stark contrast to the wild ferocity of his clan, and it earned him a quiet respect among them. Shinichi sighed and glanced at the faintly lit sky. "Why are we here so early? There's no light yet." "The Kusakage said first light," Kimimaro replied simply. "I don't see any light," Shinichi muttered, his voice dripping with boredom. Nearby, Haku adjusted his haori and looked toward Zabuza. "Who do you think we're escorting?" he asked. "A high-ranking shinobi? A council member?" "I don't know," Zabuza replied, his tone cold and uninterested. "But I do know that Kunoichi and her clan of beekeepers are late." A voice rang out from the tree line. "We're not late." Suzumebachi stepped out from the shadows, her brown hair slightly tousled as she smirked at Zabuza. "We've been here for hours." Her youngest brother, Jibachi, followed closely behind. "We saw you guys arrive," he said, adjusting his glasses. His voice carried a playful smugness. "Don't worry, we're practically invisible with our camouflage jutsu." Shinichi, still chewing on his blade of grass, barely glanced at them. "Your camouflage jutsu doesn't hide you when you smell like flowers and honey. We knew you were there." "Is that so?" Suzumebachi replied, raising a curious eyebrow. Zabuza nodded, his expression unreadable, while Kimimaro gave a small, polite nod of agreement. Haku, on the other hand, looked embarrassed. I didn't know you were there," he admitted. Suzumebachi chuckled, her steely gray eyes softening as she looked at Haku. "Don't worry, kid. That's because you're honest." Before the banter could continue, 2 hidden grass ninja appeared from the gates, escorting a woman and a young girl. Their presence immediately drew the attention of everyone gathered. One of the guards stepped forward and made the introductions. "This is Mikoto Uzumaki," he said, gesturing to the woman. Mikoto had striking red hair, straight and parted to frame her delicate yet determined face. Her gray eyes gleamed with intelligence and strength. "And this is her daughter, Karin Uzumaki," the guard continued, motioning to the younger girl. Karen's crimson hair and narrow glasses gave her a unique charm, but her nervous demeanor was unmistakable. As the introductions were made, both women bowed respectfully. The guard stepped back. "Your mission is to escort these 2 to the rain front, protect them at all costs. It is a 2-day journey. The rain shinobi will not hesitate to strike if given the chance." With that, the guards turned and retreated into the village, leaving the group to their task. Haku stepped forward, smiling warmly. "Hi, I'm Haku," he said, his voice soft and friendly. Karin's face turned as red as her hair, and she quickly clung to her mother, avoiding eye contact. Her sudden shyness surprised Haku, and he blinked in confusion. Suzumebachi tilted her head, a sly smile playing on her lips. "Well, isn't this interesting?" she murmured. Zabuza, however, was staring intently at Mikoto and Karin. He exchanged a glance with Suzumebachi, both of their expressions growing serious. They had heard the stories, legends of the Uzumaki clan, a clan so powerful that the great nations had united to destroy them. Masters of sealing jutsu, their fiery red hair was as iconic as their devastating abilities. Yet here stood 2 living Uzumaki, proof that the clan's destruction had not been complete. "I like your hair," Haku said to Karin with a kind smile. Her face flushed an even deeper shade of red, and she buried her face against her mother's side, too embarrassed to reply. Mikoto placed a gentle hand on her daughter's head, smiling faintly. Suzumebachi cleared her throat, breaking the tension. "Shall we get moving then?" she asked, gesturing to the road ahead. Zabuza gave a curt nod and turned toward the forest. "Let's move," he said, his tone leaving no room for argument. The group set off. The journey to the rainfront had begun, and with it the promise of danger, bloodshed, and the secrets of the Uzumaki clan.